What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Guytalk Uncensored. I am your host, Isaac, along with my co-host, Mr. RJD himself, Sexual Chocolate, aka Chocolate Thunder. What's going on, brother? How's
Both,
everything? How was your week? Your weekend?
both the sexy in the building, baby. What's good? One more down, DeMarco for us. Shout out to Isaac for drinking Pepsi. I don't drink soda often, but when I do, I normally go for the Pepsi or the cherry Coke or the cherry Pepsi. Got to stay away from that stuff. It's not good for you. But I do indulge every once in a while. Cannot lie. My day is good. I am a little, I'm a little hoarse today because I went to collision yesterday and I was screaming my mother effing head off all
It was
goddamn
good.
day.
It was good. It was good live.
Yes, and especially where I was sitting. I was sitting to
Yeah,
like
ringside seats, right? You had the ringside
no,
seats.
I fucking wish
Uh,
I was 7 rows back.
I mean, well, you still in that
I mean, I was
vicinity.
literally right there. Like put it like this: if I got out of my row because I was one seat from the edge, right? So if I got out of my row and took 10 steps, I was on the ring. I was right there on the barricade. I was 10 steps away from the barricade, literally.
I must admit that show was pretty good yesterday. I don't know. Collision is like
Collision's
it
pretty
should
good, man. It's been pretty
collision
good.
should collision should have been where Dynamite should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that Dynamite is bad. It has its moments. You know what I'm saying? Like one episode be good, the next episode is like down, up, down, up, down. Collision has been up since the shit started. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Collision's
Like
been out 5 weeks, and I think all 5 weeks have been good. What
mhm.
I would say is, I disagree, but I agree. Let me explain. So I agree with you that Collision should be where Dynamite is. I mean, you said Dynamite. Sorry, backwards. My bad.
Yeah.
Stupid. Dynamite should be where Collision is. But what I would say is, Blood and Guts was fantastic.
Oh no, yeah, you know
That
that
episode was
one.
great.
Woo! What?
But what I will say is I think Dynamite is good 80% of the time. Like
Mhm.
you can't give me a show that's good 100% of the time.
Right.
Even your best shows, your Game of Thrones, your Breaking Bads, they had episodes that fucking sucked every once in a while. So
Mhm.
Dynamite I don't think has had a show that sucks. I just think they've been around 4 years now. You're gonna have a show that's hit or miss every once in a while. But Collision, if they could keep the remember,
Eh,
it has a totally different feel. Like it
Yeah,
feels different.
because CM Punk and Daniel Bryanson are both creatives for Collision and only for Collision.
Wait, I didn't know that. Danielson's
Yep.
involved with that too.
Yes, he is.
Okay, well let's cap it up for them.
Brian Danielson. Yep. Both of them. CM Punk and Brian Danielson are both uh, creators of Collision, but Collision only. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why it's so different. And I like how they always open it up. With the wrestlers, they cut their what 2 minute promos in the beginning of
Good.
Collision, and then Collision cuts in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I made it.
that's
Sorry,
that's
talking to
what's
the wife. Go ahead.
it's okay. Uh, that's what's so different. You know what I'm saying? Because Dynamite doesn't do that. Dynamite just show starts, then you go right into it. Nah, they have like that 2 minute promos from each
Yeah.
wrestler that's in the match, and
Yo,
then
you know
fucking
what? I
collision cuts
didn't
in.
realize that. Hold on. Stupid. That's for me. I didn't realize that. They definitely do have they start the show off with fucking promos from
Mm-hmm.
everybody that's on the show.
So, yep.
I didn't even peep that difference. That's very true. They started off with promos that are on the show. They have different music. They had um different different wrestlers, so you get a whole different feel of the people
Mm-hmm.
that's there. Man, now they need to keep it like that. Keep it feeling different. I don't want to watch Collision and feel like I'm watching Dynamite. I don't want to watch Dynamite and feel like I'm watching Collision. Even if you have people on both shows, like FTRs on both shows, and you probably have MJF slide in there soon. I don't want to see people on both shows. I want to see
Yeah.
one person on one show, one person on the other show. That's it. And I want the shows to feel different, like they're feeling different right now. That is so true. I didn't even realize that, man.
Which now could lead. We can actually start off with this and look at the screen real quick.
Oh shit.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Did Billy gonna retire? I don't know, man.
Bro, he took off the boots. But I was
Well,
sitting there and I'm watching, and I know you was watching this live,
yeah,
but I'm sitting in my girl's house because I went to see my baby girl yesterday. So I'm sitting in my girl's house and I'm watching this phenomenal 6-man tag match
good
against the
match.
Acclaim
Good match.
and House of Black. Very good match. I don't know what uh Malachi Black and Murphy was whispering in Billy's ear,
Yeah, he whispered
bro.
something to him before he left the ring.
Exactly. So right after that moment, you see Billy Gunn just unstrapping his boots, and I was like, "Nah, this can't be. This
Yo, and
ain't
then
it."
you heard everybody in the crowd was like, "You still got it,"
Got it. Yeah,
and then
bro.
it
And
was
I
like,
was like,
"No, no, 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 yo, bro." Everybody was chanting crazy yesterday about that shit.
and yeah, and then he puts the boots in the middle of the ring, and I was like, did he just retire? Like, is this it for Billy Gunn? I mean, like, I know he could retire from ring performances, but I know he'll probably still have some work in the back.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, he's if he might
But
be done on camera, but he ain't done, not at all.
yeah, exactly. But it's just that you love to see Billy Gunn with the Acclaim. Like those three individuals, bro. It was so well meshed that it was like everything, their energies together, the performances together was just so perfect, you know? Because Billy Gunn has that same type of mentality as the Acclaim has. Um, being this wild group like DX was back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I guess he felt like he fit right into that group
Word.
with the
I'm
Acclaim.
surprised he got another run, bro. Who would have thought he would have 20 years between runs? He was back then doing this stuff with DX, and then he had another run with the Scissor Me Daddy ass shit 20
Mhm.
years later. Another crazy run, bro. I don't know. Maybe he comes back and they win the trios titles. I don't know, but they're not hot enough. I don't think.
At
But
least not
when
yet.
not
Not yet.
yet, yeah, they're not. But they were hot when they won the tag titles. They were hot, white hot.
Oh yeah. What?
So they deserve the titles. But now I think they cooled off a little bit. They're still good, but do you think he's gonna hang them up? Because he could still go.
He could still go. I don't know, bro. Like that last night was a shock and confusing at the same time because it's like, okay, now what happens with Billy Gunn? Is he really retiring, or is he like he's just this is like some type of like, you know what? I'm frustrated. I keep getting these guys to lose. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the story go on from there? That's what I want to know. And the
I
only
don't
way we
know,
can find
man.
out is if we keep paying attention to like Dynamite, Rampage, which Rampage should just die. Collision, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, they're not gonna kill it though. They
no,
should,
they're
but they're
not.
not gonna kill it.
Yeah, they're not. Uh,
I don't know about Rampage, man. I think the whole Dynamite Collision 1-2 punch, I think is great. I think you keep Rampage, but you make Rampage like NXT. Make that your developmental. Make that your not a third brand, but I don't. You gotta have some stories on there too. But I'm not putting people on Dynamite on there. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting people on Collision on Rampage because people ain't watching Rampage. But you can use Rampage to build up some of the other stars, some of the other talent. I think that is a good use of that, to be
yeah,
honest.
agree. I mean,
Because
the only way. Listen, I feel like Rampage could be like Dark or Dark Elevation. You know what I'm saying? Give these people that you want to give some TV time to, just throw them in there because Dark Elevation has some really fantastic matches. You know what I'm saying? And
did they?
oh yeah, they did, bro. They definitely did because these were like some people weren't even signed to AEW, but they're trying to make a name for themselves. So they go on Dark or Dark Elevation. They wrestle a match with whoever is part of AEW, like
So
Ruby
they're doing
Soho
the Cody
or
method,
Ortiz.
where Cody was trying to get everybody. Where Cody was trying to give everybody War Horse and
Mhm.
Darby and fucking who else did he have? Eddie Kingston. Who else did Cody fight? Cody had like 10 weeks in a row where he fought people that were like indie people, like Warhorse and all those other guys.
Yep. Oh man. Speaking of Darby, I know he had issued a match for AR Fox
Yeah, AR Fox
against
versus
this Orange
Orange Cassidy
Cassidy,
on
bro.
Wednesday.
I I can't wait to see that one because AR Fox, bro. I don't think there's anything that's gonna slow that kid down, bro.
Yo,
He's too good.
it's so crazy how good these people are, and nobody
Hmm.
signed them.
Nobody. Well, I
Like
mean,
AR Fox is
not
really good.
AEW.
No,
Yeah,
but
he is
what I'm saying is these indie, all these indie guys are really good, and
really good.
nobody
Yeah,
signed them. Like there's
nobody.
a crazy amount of talent out there. Nobody signed them, bro. Like how? How does that happen? AR Fox should have been signed. It shouldn't have took him this
Mhm.
long to get signed somewhere. That's
Exactly. I
ridiculous.
agree. I agree. Like I'm because I don't really watch indie stuff. Uh, but to see to see AR Fox, who started off on Dark and then went up on showing debuting on Dynamite. I watched that kid wrestle, and I'm like, yo, this he's phenomenal. Like he's definitely got that it factor. You know what I'm saying? As many of them do. Um, well, Martin, um, was this Darius Martin, right? That's
Darius, yeah, that's Dante's
Darius
brother.
Martin,
He's the older.
Dante,
He's the older brother. I
which I
feel bad
can.
for them because when one's healthy, the other one's hurt. When this one's
Yeah,
healthy, the other one's hurt.
that's right. Yeah, bro, because they could have had the tag team titles already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
and
like
it,
Top
it,
Flight.
me too, bro. Top flight is top flight. You know what I'm saying? Like those dudes defy gravity at every chance they get. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for Dante to come back, bro. I can't wait. Because that those
That
brothers
brother got
together again.
springs in his legs. That one right
Oh
there.
yeah. Yep.
He's probably dunking at the age of 10 and shit. You know what though? You know what you know what I'm not what I don't like? You know all the tag teams they used to have? AEW used to have the best tag team division. Like they had Red Dragon, they had Top Flight, they had FTR, they had Swerve and Lee at the time, the Acclaimed. That's already 5 or 6. They had like the House of Black. You could
Mhm.
make them tag team. Now there's trios. You had the Young Bucks. You had all of these people that had like so many goddamn tag teams. They need. I feel bad. Like I know you got to take some of those tag teams and make them trios,
Right.
but they need to build the tag team division back up. Now they got Bullet Club Gold, and I think they're gonna get the title soon, bro.
Yeah, which kind of like I don't know if this hit you in the same way that it hit me with the Bullet Club Gold, right? So Bullet Club Gold um started off with um Jay White and Juice Robinson, right? So
Yeah,
I started off with those two, and then all of a sudden the Gun Club starts coming in, which kind of makes sense. Bullet Club, Gun Club, it makes sense. And it kind of reminded me of a time where there was just two people in the DX and they were eyeing the New Age Outlaws, which was Billy Gunn
yeah.
and
Road Dog,
Road
Road
Dog,
Dog.
and then they were eyeing them, and then they got them into the DX, and I was like, it kind of feels like the same way with them, even though this one instead of building up to it, they kind of like just jumped right into it. But this one kind of made me feel like that same type of that same type of that same vibe, that same thing that they did back in the days. I was like, did they just pull off a DX? It's like, all right, we're gonna take the gun clubbing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, here's the thing. I think Switchblade coming in and not getting pushed to the moon immediately. Switchblade coming in with Juice. First of all, shout out to Juice. We know Juice don't get a lot of love, but you know what?
oh yeah,
We're gonna hit the ding on Juice because Juice is really good, especially seeing him
mm-hmm,
live. Like when you see people live, you get to see how really good they are. There's no commentary, there's no none of that shit. They have to
mm-hmm,
tell you a story without the commentators telling you what they're doing. So
mm-hmm.
they have to tell you a story using the match. And Bullet Club is really good. Like we knew Switchblade was good in New Japan, but I like the fact that he came in and doing the tag team stuff right now, and maybe in another 6 months to a year, you're gonna move Jay White from that, and you're gonna have him battling for titles at the top. Maybe even more than that. Maybe next year, in the middle of next year. But you don't have to start because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Bullet Club is buried. Oh, they're fighting tag team." No, no, they might end up the tag team champions in the next month. Did you see like the first two matches they had? Very, very good matches with
What?
FTR.
Yes,
So I don't understand why people are hating on them right now. It's like ridiculous. Makes no sense.
bro. I pay no attention to the wrestling community.
They be
I
doing too
don't.
much, bro.
Yeah, I don't pay no mind to the wrestling community. As you know, a couple of my friends would like to call them the wrestling croutons. But yeah, bro, like that everybody wants everything to be done in a snap like that. Remember me? I used to be that way, but
Oh yeah. Hold on,
I
we're not gonna gloss over that.
Stupid.
Okay, we're not gonna gloss over that.
I used to be that. I used to want
Continue.
when people come in, go for that title match, get your name in there. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, there's a patience level,
You
and
got
you
nowhere
gotta
to
have that.
go from
You got
there.
you
All you
gotta
could go
have
is
that patience level.
down.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta have a patience level. You gotta work your way up um that ladder to get to that world title match. You know what I'm saying? And and I've been realizing that, and I was like, all right, so let me be patient. Let me see where these stories go. Let's see how well this how well uh this story is, and see where it goes, and see how these two work together in a chemistry form. You know what I'm saying? And just hope for the best. And you know what? I did that. I was patient. I waited, and I was like, okay, now I see. Now I see.
Good job, Isaac. Good job.
Now
I
I
am
see.
so matter of fact, listen, man. I am so proud of you. Shout out to Brenda in the chat. Brenda, we see you. Yes, we
Oh,
see
what up,
you.
Brenda?
We see you. We see you this time, Brenda. You're in the right chat. Please hit the like button and share so everybody could come on in. We can have a good conversation. We are going to talk about something very crucial later that all parents must hear. So, if you're a parent, they should be on this stream. If you're not a parent and you want to be one day, you should be on this stream too. Hit the like button, share. Thank you, Brenda. But back to wrestling. So yeah, I think you're right. Once you come in, like certain instances, like Cody, for instance, coming back to WWE, or Drew McIntyre leaving for years and then coming back and being at the top, I understand that. That makes sense. But if you're coming in off the street, you gotta come in. Don't come in at the top. Come in like mid level, maybe, or like what they did with Jericho. Jericho cutting a promo when he came in on The Rock, who was the champ at the time, right? And then, but he didn't. Where did he go from there? Like he didn't stay there. He cut the promo on The Rock, but we didn't see him fight The Rock like that same night or the next night. He went
Right.
down and he had to build it back up. You know what I'm saying? And then he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night. But that wasn't his first freaking week on TV in WWE. He had went down, he cut the promo, came in hot. Then he settled in the middle, and then he worked his way up. He got the IC title first before any of that shit with Stone Cold and The Rock. They didn't just push him to the moon. So I think you're right. You got to wait. You got to be patient. And depending on the situation, that will determine if you come in and get that crazy push. But most people come in, if you come in hot, then you settle in the middle and then they build you up. Unless you're coming in like Cody, who left and came back, but he was already a big star. That's different. So
Right.
and even still, he still had to go win the Royal Rumble. He didn't just come in and they just put him in the title match like Charlotte Flair and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna talk about that. But back to Billy. Did Billy retire? I don't know. I think they're gonna run this story. I think Billy will end up coming back, and then I think we'll get one final push with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, and maybe they fall short. Maybe they beat the House of Black, and then the House of Black beats them in the third match. Maybe they have a trio. They build them back up. They convince Daddy Ass to come back for one final push. They get that match. They barely win, and then the House of Black kills them in the third one, and then he fully retires. Or maybe they 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 get him to come back. They get him to come back, and then all of a sudden they fall short, and then he retires. Because maybe if he's doing that, that means he wants to call it quits. Like he wants to go more backstage. He doesn't want to wrestle no more. Or
Right.
maybe he does. But remember, he's a teacher too. Billy Gunn's a great teacher. You know what I'm saying?
So you love yourself some Cody,
Brenda loves
Brenda?
Cody. Okay, great. Shout out to Cody and shout out to Brenda for loving Cody.
Yeah, man. I hope it goes down there. I don't think I'm ready to see Billy leave. You know what I'm saying? Because he's had a really great career.
Boy, he's
You know,
having fun
from
out there right now, and I love to
oh, no,
see
yeah,
wrestlers
now he's
having
having
fun.
fun. You know, back in WWF/E. You know what I'm saying? Like he was part of the New Age Outlaw, which was probably one of the greatest tag teams there, and
Well, he was
then
having fun back
joins.
then too.
Then
I'm
they
sure.
joined the Generation X. Then then they move on to like TNA. They were part of TNA for a while. And then they just they were just mostly doing background stuff in TNA, and then they left, and then Road Dogg just went back to WWE. Billy Gunn, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was probably still in TNA, and then now he's in AEW. Like this is a man that did not want to uh retire just yet. He wanted to keep going. He wanted to I guess not just prove himself, but work with his kids, help his kids out.
Yeah, that's true. His
Uh
kids are there, so he wants to make sure that they get the best
best yeah.
advice possible, and he's going to put them in the best position to win. So that makes
I mean
perfect sense.
all I could say is we'll see what happens. And whatever happens, thank you, Billy. You
Word.
have
Shout out to Billy,
you
Don
have been
DeMarco
the
for you.
greatest thing in wrestling since the 90s. So
Yo,
thank
Bill,
you.
and I just love when wrestlers go out there and they having fun. Like the
Hmm.
only other time I see that is like Dominique and Rhea when they interact on camera and they're doing their crazy ass shit or they're doing
Hmm.
Twitter shit. They look like they having fun, bro. Like they just laughing for no apparent reason. Like it's like what other dumb stuff could we come up with that's like hilarious? Like Billy too. Billy is like when he's out there doing daddy ass stuff. It's like he look like he's just having a good time. Like
Oh
man,
yeah,
let me just.
definitely.
It's almost like let me just enjoy this because I know I'm going to be retiring soon, or you can't do this forever. You only got so many bumps you can take in your life. Let me enjoy this ride while it lasts, right? Like that. That's the sentiment I get with Billy. It's like let me just enjoy this while it lasts.
You
Shout out to
remember
him.
you remember the tag team of Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo?
I do.
Yo, when he proposed to him right in the middle of the ring, he was like, "Will you be my tag team partner?" And I was like, "What the hell? Are we serious doing this?" Oh man, that was hilarious. But if Billy Gunn retires, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna wish him the best of luck in whatever he does. And thank him for many, many years of him just continuing on his wrestling career and giving us laughters and memories that we will never forget.
And say less. Billy is jacked. Listen,
Oh, what?
I was sitting very close. I was sitting very
What?
close yesterday, and I got
What
to
is
see a
he
lot of
like
those.
in his late 40s?
He's like 50 something, bro. There's no way he's
Like
40
50,
something. He got to be in his
50?
50s
Oh
or
yeah,
or
50, 50, like early
early
50s.
50s. Yeah, he has to be. They like when I'm sitting there and I'm looking at these guys, I'm like, oh, okay. Like some of them guys are like Switchblade is like ripped. He's not really jacked, but he's ripped. Obviously, everybody's very
Oh
strong.
shit. Bro, he's about to be 60.
That's crazy, bro. Listen,
What?
whatever he's doing to keep himself looking like that, God bless him.
Bless him. Yeah.
But uh those are some very large fellas. Like I was like very close to Punk. He passed by. I didn't get a handshake, but I got to the barricade too late. But me and him like the same height. Like I was trying to see like how big are these guys. So when we were walking around, we ended up seeing Roosh. when we were outside because we got to
Oh
the
yeah,
venue. Yeah, we got to the venue so early. It was like 2 o'clock when I got out there. So a lot of the wrestlers they get there around that time. They're seeing if they on the card, whatever, blah blah blah.
right.
So we saw the bunny. She went in the back way, and we saw Roosh.
She's still
Now
injured, right? I think
I think
she's
so. Yeah,
injured.
I think it was the bunny we saw. It was if I'm not mistaken, and then we saw Roosh. If it wasn't the bunny, my mistake, my bad. But it looked like her from a distance. And Roosh was like walking past us. He had like his whole entourage with him and shit. And I'm like, oh, Roosh ain't that tall. He ain't that much taller than me. If I'm like 6'1", right, with my shoes. So I'm like 6 feet, 6'1". Roosh like 6'2". But Roosh he had on a goddamn suit, and it was like 90 degrees outside. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing, bro? But those guys, like, it's not like they're overly tall, like 6'6", 6'8", but unless you're like Big Bill or some shit, he's tall.
Oh no,
But
yeah,
those
that dude is
guys,
too.
are big. You know what I'm saying? They are big dudes. They are jacked. They are in the gym every day. They are big jack dudes. Even Switchblade, you don't think he looks big, but when you see him in person, he's like around my height too. Probably a little taller than me, Switchblade, but he's like ripped and he's like nothing but muscle, bro, like shredded muscle. It's like I wanted to ask him, yo, what's your workout regimen, bro? Like, like what are you eating? What's your diet? But yeah, shout out to AEW Collision. I was there yesterday. It was awesome.
I'm
Awesome
glad you
to
have fun, bro. I'm a go. I'm a go. But right now, I have some good news, and I hope there's people that are watching listen to this. But your boy got a new job.
Oh, Don
Um,
DeMarco.
I don't know when I start yet because they're waiting for the background and drug testing. But
No,
once
no,
that,
you're going to pass the drug test though.
of course, I'm gonna pass the drug test. But once they get all of that and everything is clear, which it is, um, then he's gonna let me know my start date, and then once I start, that's it, bro. I'm done with. I'm
Don't say
done.
it. Don't say the name. Just say you're done.
Yeah, I'm
No,
done.
don't say the name. We might
I'm just done.
listen when we get big one day.
Thank you, Brenda.
When we get big one day, we don't want anybody to come back with old videos and get sued. Just say you're not done with that company you're with.
Yeah, no,
We're gonna move
I'm
on.
done. I'm done with my current job, and then I'm going to move into my other job, which is good because the company that I signed up with, or that I applied with, they have some really good benefits. Uh, they pay for your health insurance, so nothing comes out of your pocket. They pay for it 100, um, and which is great because that just covers not just you, but that covers you and your family.
I
So
mean,
I'm like,
as it should.
oh, that's great, So that, and then there's always the benefits of holiday pay, bonuses, vacation, sick days, personal days, benefits that I'm not getting with my current job that now I'm gonna be really looking forward to getting with my other job. And I have a friend that works with me in my current job, and he's like, "Oh, that's gonna be a hard job." It's only a hard job for you because I hate to say it, bro, but you're kind of lazy. Uh, and I'm trying not to be. I have a little girl that I need to focus on. Not just my little girl. I got two kids that I need to focus on. That I need to, get my money up and try to be there for them as much as I can, whether it's financially or just being a present dad. And I need to do that, and I need to, really get my life in order. And hopefully, with this job, it helps me to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can't wait to start this new one. I really can't.
I got nothing to add to that. Awesome. Congrats to that. That's all I can add. Excuse me. I'm about to choke on this coffee. Congrats to
Now,
you, brother man.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Now,
Did this guy hit me back?
Yankees,
Let me see.
what the fuck is wrong with you people? In last place? Come on, man.
Oh no, he ain't hit me back. So let's just keep talking. Yeah, man. Yankees and let's check the standings right now. Let's just go real quick. ESPN.com. We're just gonna check these standings. I don't know. New York sports are in trouble, man. I don't know what the hell we gonna do with these New York sports, but it's not looking good for the Yankees at the moment. Now they did win yesterday, but let's
It's not
see.
enough.
The
It's not
AL
enough.
the AL East, their Yankees are currently 8.5 games back. That is disgusting.
Very disgusting.
We are in last. We are tied for last place with the Red Sox. We are 8.5 games back. Baltimore Orioles are
Oh
the
yeah,
best
because the Red
team,
Sox
and
lost to the Mets yesterday.
yeah, the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays are like 1-1A in this division. The Yankees, if the Yankees were in any other division, no, because Texas is pretty good this year. Twins are up there in the Central. Yankees have a. The Mets are in fourth. The Mets, Mets are 17 and a half games back of the Braves. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Mets. The Yankees are like the epitome right now of mid.
Mm-hmm.
They are very, very mid.
Mm-hmm.
There was a meme, and I'm gonna pull it up. Not gonna be rude, but I want to pull this meme up on my phone because my boy had put it up yesterday, and I thought it was very, very telling. Um, so did he put it up? Let me see. Oh, I found him. Hold on. So yesterday he put up. Now I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? Right? You see it?
Yeah.
Now what does that look like? They're smiling, right?
Yeah.
They're smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's smiling right there. So they're losing 4-0 in the third inning. And my boy put, this is an effing problem. Guys in the 90s clubhouse would have never allowed this. Judge as captain needs to step up and call this goofy shit out. This is effing up my whole summer. Get it together, Yankees. Man,
Mm-hmm.
listen, do you think losing 4-0 in the third inning that Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, you think any of these guys would be sitting there laughing, or uh what's the big black dude that we had? CC. You think if CC was in that clubhouse, he'd be laughing if they were losing 4-0? You think he'd be giggling? This is funny. No, no, not at all. I don't know if they're getting paid so much money. It's just like, who gives a shit? I don't know. But this is not how you win. This is not a winning
I feel
formula.
I feel like feel like that's exactly what it is. They just get paid so much money, like they just don't give a shit. Like, bro? I don't know, man. It's hard being. It's really starting to be hard, like tough, to be a fan of any New York team. Any New York Rangers made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Years back, lost. They were in the playoffs, lost.
I mean,
You
but
know
at
what I'm
least they
saying?
got to the
Islanders,
finals. I
Islanders lost. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to be a fan of any New York team. The Knicks, let's not even talk about them.
Oh, they've been doing better. Listen, at least the Knicks are moving in the right direction. They got a good young team, and they're adding young talent to it, and they're working together, and they're actually, what were they, third or fourth place last year in the
I
East?
think so.
Like,
Yeah.
almost, I think they were in third place or fourth place. Remember, the Knicks used to be in eighth place, ninth place, not making the playoffs. Now they're actually, and what, they lost in 6 games. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they got swept. So they're moving in the right. Listen, if you're gonna lose, at least you're failing forward. You're not just losing and going backward.
Hmm.
They're making the playoffs
Yeah,
consistently.
I see what you mean.
They're making the playoffs consistently, and they're putting up a good fight. Maybe they're missing one or two pieces, but they're putting up dog fights, and they got 2 games. Maybe next year, maybe they win the first round, and then they go to the second round. Maybe they win the second round and go to the conference finals. Who
And then
knows?
And then look at the Mets, bro. The Mets probably have one of the best pitching rotations they had
Yeah, for
in
real,
like
bro.
forever, and they're in fourth place, dude.
All
So
right, let's check them out.
it's like what the hell? Like, what does it take for these New York teams to get to light a fire under their ass and get somewhere, man? It's ridiculous.
I don't understand. All right, the pictures. They got Carrasco, Galt, Arwig, Leone, Avadino, Peterson, Quintana, Riley, Robinson, Scherzer, Sangmith, Verlander, and Walker. Those are all of their pitchers. And I'm not so sure. They got a great rotation. Verlander's a little older. Scherzer is still Scherzer, but I don't understand why they're struggling so much. Well, let's see. The best batter on the team is batting 260. Uh, that's mid. Uh, Pete Alonso's got 26 home runs and 63 RBIs. Not bad. Uh, Not bad, but they don't got no stars, so they ain't got no stars. Let me see if I can get their pictures, but it's not coming up. Yeah, the pictures are not coming out. I don't feel like looking for it right now. But yeah, man, very mid. Very mid. That's the best I could come up with. And the Yankees ain't doing much better. So my whole thing is, where do they go from here? What do they do? How you
Yeah,
listen? Say
I
what
don't
you
know,
want,
bro.
but when you got people like Kobe and Jeter, and when you got people like that who take pride in what they do, I mean, not everybody's Kobe and Jeter and Jordan and Shaq, and not everyone, even Shaq, he could have probably been even better if he just didn't eat so much, but when he was in his prime, but he's a big guy. But when you have people that you play with that will push you and will challenge you to be your best self, like you don't have these types of things. You may not have the team, but you at least put forth the effort. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars, but when you're getting paid millions of dollars and you really, you got your contract, you don't really got to perform like that. This is what we're doing. You could just be middle of the road,
And
and it'll
again,
be it'll be what it's gonna be.
this is why I question this guy's management, because when Joe Torre was manager, right? If the Yankees lost a game or two, Joe Torre was tough on them, and he would start having them train after those games. It's like, oh, we lost, you're training. We're gonna get our shits together. We're gonna practice, and we're gonna get this shit right. What is this dude doing? What is Aaron Boone doing? How's he helping these guys get their shit together and putting themselves back on the map? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not there. Only the people that are there know what goes on in the back. But like, come on, man. Like, this shit is ridiculous that these
I
guys are
think they need a new
in last
manager.
fucking place.
I think they need a new manager. I think you're right.
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
think because they're not responding to him anymore.
Nope, they not.
Like you can tell. All you gotta do is look at the numbers. Like the numbers don't lie. They're not responding to him anymore. So if he's losing the team, you might have to go in a different direction, get a different manager, because it starts at the top. It starts at the top. The culture starts at the top, and the manager creates the culture that everybody is living in. So if shit is rocky at the top, it's gonna go right. It's gonna trickle down all the way to the last person on the bench.
Hmm. Exactly.
So they need a strong manager, a strong leader that's gonna whip them into shape. I think that's what they need because this is atrocious. I'm not mad at the Knicks. When I see the Knicks and I go to a Knicks game, I'm not mad at them because they're putting forth effort, hardcore effort every night. And those guys are getting paid millions of dollars too. But who wants to get paid millions of dollars and lose? Don't you
Exactly.
have pride in what you do? I don't want to lose every night. I
Hmm.
want to try to win. if I was blessed with that talent, I cultivated it. I got to the Major League Baseball. I got to the New York Yankees. I'm a starter, whatever. I don't know what needs to change, but maybe Judge needs to get those guys together and be like, yo, what are we doing, bro? What is
Exactly.
going on here? Like maybe they need to put in some extra work. I don't know.
You know what's crazy is that a lot of people uh didn't agree with him being a captain. And and I could see like why. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what are you doing to fire up your team? You know what I'm saying? A captain is supposed to be the one that leads the team to greatness. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not doing that, then I don't know who can. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeter was the captain for since the 90s for many, many years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm pretty sure Jeter just didn't like ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he was
Nah,
there.
Jeter had crazy work ethic, bro.
Yeah,
G,
exactly. He saw the flawness, and he I'm pretty sure he lit a fire under their ass. Like, all right, come on, guys. I know we're down by this much, but let's get back in there. Let's try. Let's try to win this. We are, especially when you're at home. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is more embarrassing than losing a game at your home turf. Nothing.
I look at it like they got a long season, right? 162 games, right? Baseball. So
Yeah.
it's not like you got a long season. So you're gonna lose games. You're not gonna go 162 and 0. It's not gonna happen. But the effort needs to be there every night. The effort.
Hmm.
You're not gonna bat 1,000. You're gonna strike out. You're gonna hit pop up. You like baseball is that kind of sport where if you're batting 300, 315, 310, you be an all-star every year. Like 3 out of 10 times is good. That's very good. So we understand that we don't expect everybody to hit 1,000, to hit a home run every time, but we expect the effort to be there, and we expect them to play as a solid team. And I just think ain't nothing to smile about when you're getting your ass kicked and you in last place. Everybody should be there early. Everybody should be staying late. Everybody should be trying to, excuse me, everybody should be trying to fix what's wrong with them specifically and work on their shortcomings and try to be the best people that they can be on the
Hmm.
field, on the court, or whatever sport you're playing in. And I just don't think the effort is there. Looking very mid on this team, and
Very.
you could tell by the way they're playing. They're playing like
Hmm.
dog shit.
Exactly.
So I don't know what's going on with New York sports, but they need to fix that shit. Let's talk
And
about the
not just the
Mayans, man.
Yankees.
After this,
That's not just the Yankees. All teams. All teams. All teams. Actually, I wanted to talk a little bit about the actor and writer strike. Because I actually found out something really interesting as to why the actors are also part of this strike.
well, if you got new information and I don't,
Surprise, motherfucker.
let's talk about it.
So I found out that the reason why the actors are on strike is not just based on the pay for every episode shown on TV.
So what's the
It's
base?
also it's also based on how they want to use AI to make a copy image of yourself. So if you're a background performer, they want to use an AI, scan your full body image, pay you $200 and call it a day, and use you in every background or main part or whatever the fuck that they want to use your scanned image for. That's why these guys are on strike. That's another reason why, but I think this one is the big major reason why they're on strike.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Nah, fam.
Because exactly, exactly,
You
exactly,
can't. How you gonna use my likeness and not pay me? How you gonna use me and not pay me? You crazy?
exactly,
Are you fucking stupid?
exactly,
So let me tell you.
exactly.
All right, so I can already see where this is going before you even finish this up. Let me tell you where this is going. Did you see the Flash?
Yeah.
So you saw the Flash, right? So the end of the spoilers. If you haven't seen the Flash, sorry, I'm going to spoil the end. Cool. So you see they're in the Flash point, right? And you see all the Supermans. One
Mm-hmm.
was Nicolas Cage. One was I
Mm-hmm.
think Christopher Reeve.
Yep. That's exactly.
Obviously, Obviously, they used AI to do that. They used AI to generate those Superman's faces at the end of the Flash. Obviously, they did, right? How are you going to use AI to create? Let's just use him as an example. I don't know if this is true. I'm just speaking here. How are you going to use AI to create Nicolas Cage's face and make a body and use him in a movie, but not pay him?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is Christopher Reeve still alive?
No,
Or
he's
did he
dead,
pass
bro.
away?
He passed
So,
away.
so how do you use Christopher Reeves in a movie, right?
And not pay his family
And
royalties.
not pay the family.
Lois Lane was in there, and she passed away a couple of years after Christopher Reeves. So how are you going to use her likeness and not pay her family? You
It's
know
like
what I'm saying?
you cannot use me to put me in a movie and have me in a movie. Now, let's say I'm a famous actor. Let's just use Nicolas Cage or Christopher Reeves. The brother has passed on. Rest in peace. How you going to use him and his likeness, but not give the family? They didn't give you permission to do that, and it's not like they mentioned him. No, they put him in the movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's in the movie. So even if you got 2 lines in the movie, they gotta give you something. They gotta pay you.
Mm-hmm.
You think
Exactly.
you think if you have Brad Pitt in the movie and he made what Brad Pitt was in Deadpool for one scene, right? He was the invisible dude. He got electrocuted and died, right? In the first Deadpool, I think it was. You think they didn't pay him, even though he was in one scene? You don't think he got a little check?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck out of here! It doesn't matter. You cannot use me or my likeness and then not pay me for it or pay me breadcrumbs. You got to pay the person what they're worth. And that end of the movie scene in Flash for all the Supermans, that was a pretty pivotal part in the movie. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta cut the family something or cut them some royalties on the back end, something. Every time for every time there's somebody sees a movie, you give them whatever percent, something.
Oh, they even used. I think they even showed Adam West as Batman in the end of the Flash of that Flash movie too. Because when they were showing all different types of universe, they showed Adam West in there. So how you gonna use Adam West likeness and not pay his family royalties?
And it's wow. And it's only gonna get worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, AI can generate. First of all, they have all our data. So if you are wondering, let me look in the camera. Right, let me hold on, let me go on. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me, guys. Look at me. If you are wondering if they have your data, they have your data. All of it. Everybody. All of these big companies have all your data. So all these apps, these old apps, oh, look at me when I'm old. And they have your data, they have your face, they have everything. It's in the big cloud in the sky. Just know that, okay? Just know that. So, with that being said, they have everybody's data. So they could do with it what they want. And now that you have AI that can generate your face, your body, that can say lines for you in a movie without you being there. They did that with Jamie Foxx, I heard. Reports are that they had Jamie Foxx finish a movie when Jamie Foxx was at home in the hospital. They had the AI finish the movie for him. So
Bro,
you
they're
don't
gonna
think it's gonna get worse
they
for
doing
these
it with Paul
actors?
Walker. They're gonna do it with Paul Walker. Well, who do you think's body image is gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing it with Paul Walker. They took his face and put it on his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
it's
that was his twin brother anyway, right? They probably look alike regardless.
it's like
Whatever. But it's only going to get worse. And now saying what you just said, that I did not know that, but now it makes perfect sense why these actors are like, oh, hell no, you're going to have to pay me. You're going to have to cut that
mhm.
check. But that's a double-edged sword, potentially, because they could just be like, no, we ain't paying you. What you going to do about it?
That's what the strike is for. And this strike can go on for as long as 6, 7 months, like the last time. Writers, actors went on strike back in 2000. That shit lasted for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? This shit could go on for as long as they want it to go until they come down to some type of agreement. You know what I'm saying?
But then that might hurt them in the long run because let's say in order for them to save money, right, they can start using AI, which will then, if they're using AI, it means less writers because AI can write a script for you. So it means less writers. It means less actors because they're going to continue to use AI. So now you'll have less actors. You won't need as many because the AI would just be generating people. So even if they come to an agreement, it might still be a double-edged sword because it's not going to go back to the way it was. It's only going to go forward. Like technology doesn't go backward. It only goes forward. It only enhances things and makes things happen faster. So I don't know how they get past this.
I don't know either.
It's all about the bread at the end of the day. But even if you cut bigger checks, they'll just find a way to use less resources so they won't have to cut as many checks. Okay, we'll cut you a check, but now we're going to use half the resources on these movies, or we'll get half the budgets on these movies. So now more of you actors will be out of work, especially
Mhm.
the new up and coming ones. Like a working actor. Who's a good working actor? Like the dudes from like the dude from Sons of Anarchy. The first president, not Jax, the first president, the older guy. He played Hellboy. We
Oh,
see, yeah,
Ron Foreman.
yeah, we seen that fucking guy in movies since we was kids. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? He's a working actor. He been in every goddamn thing. He's in a
Hmm.
couple of movies every year. Somebody like that is gonna be all right because you know he's a working actor. He's always gonna get gigs. He's probably his gigs. He's earned the right to command a lot of money, probably. But somebody who's up and coming, who's only got like one role or that one big role, he's trying to get more roles. That guy's gonna suffer. You know what I'm saying? Because he may not have the money in the bank. He's gonna have to do something on the side to make sure he can sustain his lifestyle. The other cat, he's probably got millions in the bank. All he needs to do is manage it properly. So,
Even though Ron Perlman took part in the strike anyway.
well, yeah, I
he,
mean,
he,
I get
he
it.
took,
You gotta think
bro.
about
I
where he's
saw
coming from.
I saw a picture, and this is gonna be a nice little segue right into the next topic. I saw pictures of everybody that did the Mayans MC TV series, all together, pictures together, taking part in the strike as well. This strike, man. I don't know. We just have to just keep a close watch of what goes on. I mean, I hope everything works in their favor. Because without them and without these writers, stories would never be told. Without the actors, they wouldn't be able to perform these stories. Uh, and we wouldn't even really know them. You know what I'm saying? If they were just AI, we wouldn't even really know Julie Roberts. We wouldn't really know Selena Gomez. We wouldn't really know Steve Martin, Martin Short, uh, Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, DL. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go on and on and on. Like, we wouldn't even really know who these people are if AI existed all those years ago. You know what I'm saying?
They're,
Uh,
they're gonna have to figure out a way. They're gonna have to come up with some sort of agreement that we need to get a cut of this. But if history tells me anything, whatever agreement they come up with, the big guys with the money will find a way around it. So I don't know how this ends, but I do think with the rise in AI, it's going to be a problem.
yo,
It's going to
listen.
be a major problem.
At this point, we either gonna live like our lives like the Terminator or the Matrix, and I'm not ready for either or.
No, not even a little bit.
Not
But
even a little
listen, it's listen, it's coming.
bit. Hmm.
I don't want to stay on the AI conversation, but listen, they have when you build an AI to be able to teach itself. You built this AI so that it can learn and it can teach itself. That's a gift and a curse because now you've built it to be self-sustainable. So it's going to teach itself how to sustain itself. But then you've built the AI to be smarter than you. And if it and at the end of the day, if you build an AI to watch out for threats, what happens when the AI has all your data, so it knows your every move? Like you do things in a certain way, Isaac. I do things in a certain way, Isaac. The AI is going to be able to predict your next move because of your conversation, because of the way you think, and because of your patterns. We all have patterns, whether we want to admit it or not. And then what happens when the AI is set to take out threats and your pet like you've built this thing to sustain itself, but now you become the threat because it sees you as a threat now because your patterns have changed. Before your patterns were to help it, now your pattern is like, wait, now you're the threat to me because you built it to be smarter to get smarter over time. So it's like, at what point does this shit end? It doesn't. That's why it's oof, scary shit. That AI is good. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, especially when it comes to the type of AI. If it gets into the wrong hands, that is when it becomes Skynet. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
don't
pretty
know.
much.
I
Pretty
don't know.
much.
I don't know about this shit, bro. Shout out the writers, man. I hope they get what they're looking
Writers and
for,
actors.
and actors. I hope they get
Same,
what they're looking for. I love
same,
theater.
same.
I love cinema. I love film for entertainment, to go watch film. There's nothing better to me than a movie theater experience. I love going to the theater. I mean, yeah, I could listen to it in my house and blast the surround sound, but I love going to the theater, going to the movies and watching a good movie and just that was fucking great, and smiling and going home. I love that. I've always loved that. I love movies. I love shows, all of that stuff. So hopefully they could get this right and get those people back to work. So we'll see.
Hopefully. All right. Next topic. So, like I mentioned them a little while ago, Mayan's MC series finale. Uh, bro, I don't even know where the fuck to begin with this one because this shit had me
Spoiler
confused.
alert. Spoiler alert.
Yes, warning, spoiler alert, because
Yeah,
we're
you
going
gotta
to
warn. You gotta warn them. You gotta warn them.
we're gonna fucking talk about everything that happened on their series finale.
Oh man, it
Okay,
was so good, so good.
okay, so
Where you want to start, Isaac?
I don't know, bro, because this shit had me in so many emotional roller coasters. It's not even funny. I'm sitting there, I was like watching this. I'm watching everything happening on this show, on this episode, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did they really just do that? Oh my god, I didn't see that coming. Holy shit, did she just do that? Did that just happen? Like, bro, like I was just like, what the fuck was I watching, bro? Like, what the fuck was I watching?
So I want to start with
It,
easy. Let's start with easy. We knew he was gonna die. I knew it. I said it last week. I was like, no way easy gets out of this without dying.
yeah, he did,
Uh,
he did definitely did say that.
there was no way. I was like, there's no way this doesn't come back on him. So easy. If you watch the show, easy bit the bullet because the club found out that he was a rat in the beginning in season 1, and that's how he got out of jail early because he made the deal with Potter, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? It's because he made
No,
the deal.
his cousin, and then Potter came in.
Oh yeah, he made the deal with his cousin to get out early because he had killed a cop, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All right, so he made the deal. He got out and he got because he was supposed to inform on the club, right? If I'm not.
Mm. No, Galindo.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to inform on Galindo, but that's why he got into the
Only
club.
Galindo. He
Yeah,
didn't want the club. He didn't want his brother. Like all of them were supposed to be clear. It was only supposed to be on Galindo
yeah,
because this pendeja didn't specify that shit. Because I don't know, like if she just like when she heard the tape, she only heard his voice and
yeah,
was giving up information, but she didn't know like what was really going on. So she only thought that he was the snitch for the club. And he wasn't a snitch for the club. He was only a snitch for Galindo because they didn't really give a shit about the club. They only
yeah,
cared about Galindo because he
yeah,
was a cartel. He was pushing drugs. He was killing people. You know what I'm saying? So they only want information on Galindo. You know, it's the same shit with in Sons of Anarchy when they made that deal with those the Fed. Danny Trejo was part of it
yeah,
when they made that deal with the Fed only to give up, I think, the Irish, right?
yeah,
That's all they didn't give a fuck about the club. They wanted the Irish. They didn't give a shit about them. They just wanted the Irish and the gun deals that was going on. That was it. This one, same scenario. They just wanted Galindo on whatever the fuck he was doing, and then that was it. The club would have just stayed out of it. His brother would have stayed out of it. They didn't really give a shit about the club. But of course, the way I saw it, this shit just took an opportunity and let it, instead of letting Easy talk, you know what I'm saying, and then decide after that, instead of letting Easy talk and then decide after that, he just found whatever way, whatever chance for him to become president again.
I don't think
That's
so, bro. I think because Creeper died, I think it wouldn't
well,
matter.
I mean, yeah,
It wouldn't have
that
mattered.
one,
He got
yeah,
Creeper killed.
yeah,
So even if
Creeper
he could
died.
talk his way out of that, because Creeper had found out, and because of this fucking chick, because Creeper had found out and he got Creeper clipped, it was like they
Dang,
were,
yeah,
and
that's right.
they
That's right.
knew
I
he,
forgot
and
about Creeper.
they knew he got Creeper clipped. It was a wrap for
Mhm.
him. It didn't matter. He could have sweet talked his way out of that. Then they would have said, "But what about Creeper?" He would have been like, "Oh well, yeah, stab." They still would have hit him with the
With the
what's the dude from Rome? The Caesar. They still would have hit him with the Julius Caesar. It didn't matter.
Julius Caesar.
So unfortunately, he wound himself. And listen, he got them back on top. He did. He took risks, but that was the nail in his coffin. Him not getting rid of that chick was the nail in his coffin, which surprised me because when he saw her at the funeral, I'm surprised he didn't go, "How does Creeper know?" Oh, he knows because of her. Oh, I got to get rid of her too. Like he didn't put that together, which shocked me. I'm surprised he didn't just get
Yeah, I
rid of
mean,
her.
yeah, I was surprised too. I was like, um, dude, she stared right into your soul. Like she's angry with you. Shouldn't you want to get rid of her?
And you knew
Uh,
Creeper was messing with her. That's what I'm saying. Why the hell why you didn't get tie that loose end up? Like
mm-hmm,
if I was him, that's what I'd have did. I would be like, how you
exactly.
gonna tie that loose end up? She gotta go too. And okay, so Angel is the only one who gets away. So let's talk about that. Angel was I don't like I told you the other day on the phone. I said Angel was like it ain't in me no more. Like the game ain't in me. You know, some people when they get into the streets, if you know anybody that's been in the streets, they about that. That's about that life. I mean, you would never see them on the internet because they want to be low key, obviously. But people who are about that life and they're in the streets, it's in them. You can't you can't change their mind. It's in them all the way. But when he had his kid, it just wasn't in him no more. Like he was missing meetings at the table. He left the money there. Like it just wasn't in him. He was like, "Yo, we got to get out of here." It's like when the lion is worried about the hyena, and the lion is not trying to be a lion anymore. He got to get out. You got to get out the game. When you worried about the repercussions of your actions, you got to get out. When you second guessing yourself, like Angel, it's time to go. So he tried to go. He had a heart to heart with his bro. He was like, "Yo, listen, I gotta go." And they're like, "We're gonna bring it to the table," but by then it was too late because they was gonna get Easy up out of there, and he had to prove his loyalty by Julius Caesar and his brother first. What do you think about that? Did you see that coming?
Nope. I had, bro. If this is what I was saying, like this episode had a very emotional, had me on a very emotional roller coaster because that scene with Easy and Angel at the bridge, and they were talking things out and stuff like that, like that brotherly bond, that brotherly love that they had one for one another. Like he was giving him as president permission to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's okay. You want to go? You do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got a kid. So he understood the reason why he was leaving. You know what I'm saying? He didn't be a dick about it. It's like, no, bro, like I didn't leave. I didn't leave, you know, because of you, and I stayed. You're gonna stay for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he didn't do that. He understood. He smiled. He hugged it out. You know, they told each other that they love each other and stuff like that, which was a very, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very good brotherly love. That bond that they had, and not to mention that they've been through a lot of shit within that club together. So, uh, to then have Angel just be like, well, now you got to prove your loyalty to the club. You got to prove your loyalty to the club over your own blood. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, what? and he didn't want to do it. Angel was fighting it off. He didn't want to do it because it was either he shows his loyalty to the club, or he gets popped, and then his son goes off into like what do they call it, like foster homes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we all know foster homes ain't shit, but he would have gone through off to the foster homes, and if he would have been adopted or not, you know what I'm saying? Like that would have been questionable. Uh, but to see the and it, yo, this dude that played Angel, yo, he did that scene so well, bro. I felt the pain. I
I mean,
felt this pain, bro.
that's gotta be an emotional scene.
That
You
yo,
gotta
he
dig
I
deep for those
felt his
emotions.
pain. Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I felt his pain when he really just like, and then of course, Easy pulls off Jackson's mother because she did the same thing at the Sons of Anarchy series finale, giving them the okay. It's okay, Angel. He's right. I betrayed you. It's okay. Do
Angel
it.
is like, it didn't go down like that, stupid.
Stupid.
But he's like, if I don't do this, then the whole freaking bloodline gonna get popped. So let me just, my fate is sealed. So let me at least get my brother up out of here, so he don't suffer the same fate as me.
So he was
Jesus
just so
Christ.
he gave him that okay. He was like, yeah, so it's okay. Do it. You know, you have a kid, you have a whole kid out there waiting for you. And Angel came and he did it and hugged him as he was doing it. And Easy was like, I love you, brother. Or I love you, Angel, something like that. And then I was like, damn, bro, they even put that in there. Like that was a final nail in the coffin for me. And
Man,
then everybody came, stab, stab, stab,
and it's
stab.
like
I'm like,
some
what
of
the
them cats
fuck,
didn't
bro?
want to do it. Like you could tell they were like,
Oh
damn,
yeah,
I don't want to do
yeah.
it, but I gotta do it.
I do it. Yeah.
Like the
Like
young boy that, that,
yeah,
that
the
killed the
dude in the
dude for
white
his
tee.
father, he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do it.
He
The
didn't want to
other
do it.
the other cat didn't want to do it. Even the dude with the braids was like, shit. Only
Exactly.
people who like really wanted to do it is like Bishop
Sure.
and the other fat guy. He was like, nah, fuck that.
Yep.
Creeper was my dude. Those two guys didn't care. Everybody else was like, shit.
Hmm.
We got to do this, but we don't want to do it. And then, unfortunately, Bishop says, okay, now back to business. But unfortunately,
Pop, pop.
the ATF rolled up in
yo,
there. ATF
yo, bro,
rolled,
I was
and
like,
basically it was
damn,
like,
bro.
ATF rolled up in there and wasted everybody.
Hmm.
Like everybody just got the real quick.
Yep.
It was like everybody.
I saw the ATF. I was like, oh, so they're about to get arrested. Okay. I guess I could have seen this coming. And then once I heard pop pop, I was like, oh, they're not coming back. I get it. They're not
Yeah.
coming back. That's it for them. They're not coming back.
It was
That's
like,
a wrap.
I was like the whole club though.
Bruh.
Like everybody gotta go. It's like they wasn't
Bro,
going in
and you
there to
know what's
arrest
crazy?
nobody. They was going in there to take names and ask questions
Before
later.
because I was getting ready to watch the series finale. Because like I do that every time. Like when the when shows like this, they premiered Mayans, I've watched that first couple of hour episode, right? Because I think it was a 2 hour episode when they first started. So I watched that. And then every episode I watched it on Hulu. But this one was like, okay, it's the series finale. I'm gonna watch this one like on TV. I'm not gonna wait till Hulu because I'm really dying to see what happens. So I watched it on FX. But before this show started, I heard a rumor that everybody dies. I was like, everybody dies. What the fuck do they mean by that? And then I saw it happen right on TV, and I was like, oh, okay, everybody dies. Got it. I was like, well, I mean, of course, except for Angel, because he got out.
Yeah, they
Uh,
even popped Homegirl in the trailer, which was like, I was
oh
like, oh,
yeah,
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
damn, that's
what?
cold. I was like, because at first I'm sitting there like, because I thought about it when everybody was getting popped. I was no, not before that. When everybody poked up Easy, I was
Mhm.
like, what the hell are they gonna do with his shorty? They just gonna let her leave? Because remember, she's living in the trailer in the club right next to the club with Easy. So I was like, oh, that in my head, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna pop her too. I hope she's gone. And of course, the homeboy opens the door and sprays her ass up. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, damn. And then, Coco's daughter comes. She's ready to just give it all up. She ready to just delete herself and everybody else. She went over there saying, how many of these fools could I take with me? She's like, oh, everything leads back to them. It's all their fault. No, stupid.
Stupid.
Everybody grown. They made grown man choices. It's not everything is not the club's fault. Get the hell out of here. Like
Yeah, even
she's
even the guy was telling her was like, your father signed up for this. He
word. They
knew what he
signed
was
up for
signing
this
up for.
life. Word.
Exactly. So it was like you can't really blame the Mayans
I
for
don't
what
blame
your
the club.
father chose. You know what I'm saying? Your father chose this life. This is the life you wanted to go into, and that's what happened. Technically, it's not really not really their fault that he died. You know what I'm saying? Because that leads
He
to
was
Sons
wrong
of God.
place, wrong. Yeah, he was wrong place, wrong time.
Rough time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
So
even still, they all made choices. Like, why are you mad at the club? You want to go spark up the club because you think it's their fault? Like that was very juvenile of her to of
mhm.
me. That from what I'm thinking. So then she rolls up over there, sees the dog, sees the puddle of blood, sees the body in the trailer, and she's like, think we're gonna get out of here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then she went over there to go chill with the ladies in the desert, which
Mhm.
she's lucky they don't know she did what she did, because then she would have got popped with the dog. But I'm assuming they don't know that it was her because they didn't shoot her on sight for giving up the
Exactly.
for informing the people about the meth lab. So
And you know what's crazy, bro? I'm sitting there, right? I'm watching the fight scene go on with the Mayans and the Sons of Anarchy, which I thought was great because they busted in through
yeah, that was a dope scene.
that they busted it through them doors like they owned the place. They
Word.
started taking down every Sons of Anarchy. This Easy was chasing this dude, finally gets to him, throws him down the stairs. Dude's crawling. He steps on his leg, so he can't crawl anymore. He turns around and he's pleading for his life. And as he's pleading for his life, Easy, like you can already tell, Easy was already like gone. He was like, "Yeah, no, bro, pow." That was it. Like he just shot him dead there. And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, "Damn, Hope." And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, Hope didn't have to jump in front of that truck. She could have still been alive. This dude would have been dead. She wouldn't even have to worry about it. She could have been still living her life with this girl. You know what I'm saying? Because Hope jumped right in front of the truck because she was worried this guy was going to keep finding her. But if she would have known that this dude was going to die, I think she would have still been alive. And she would have just been living the rest of her life with this girl. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, damn.
I'm like,
Oh, man.
I'm like, I don't understand. I'm just sitting there like these people are so dumb. Like
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just
I'm
like
like, what?
all she had to do was just hold it down. Like they
Mm-hmm.
allowed you to get away. You could have just got away and went to New York, like all across the
Mm-hmm.
country, whatever. Figure it out. But nope, nope, couldn't do it. Had to. She gave up on life, and that's what happened. And it was just like so. The only ones who get away scot free is Coco's daughter and Angel,
Yep.
and and that
Oh,
and
and Emily Galindo's wife,
let's talk about Emily. Emily, first of
bro.
all,
I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because I was expecting that to happen. I really I didn't like I knew she wanted to escape. I just didn't I didn't wasn't expecting to see that, but she did it smart, and that's what surprised me. Like she
bro,
did it real smart,
she
bro.
planned that
Because I
shit
didn't
out
even
for
know.
4 episodes, bro.
I didn't realize that they had first off, I didn't realize they had a camera in their house. So when
Oh,
she
you didn't see
planned
that?
out,
You
no,
didn't.
I didn't
Yo,
see that.
that's why I said she planned it for 4 episodes. She knew. Remember, well, you might have missed this part, but remember, she said, "I need you to put it lower," and the guy said, "If I put it lower, you won't be able to see past this point." She said, "I don't care. Put it lower," and then she got Galindo to go over there and say, "Wherever she wants you to put it, that's where you put it." So she put it there because she knew at this height you cannot see past this point. So I can shoot him and the other dude and I'll be good and I can have this whole she had that shit planned. She was planning that shit 2 episodes ago with the security cameras. And she used
So then why was she asking Easy for a car at the back of a fucking supermarket?
because remember she was gonna leave, but then she said, damn, if I run, he's gonna find me. He's always gonna find me. And then when
No,
home,
she wasn't thinking that. What happened? She was getting ready to escape at the super. See, this is how. Like I didn't pay attention. You didn't pay attention because she was getting ready to leave that supermarket until that lady came and started cursing her out for
that's
the
true
death
too.
of her son.
Yeah,
The guy was the one that told her was like, I know you was trying to leave, but you know if you leave, he's always going to find you.
exactly.
And that's when it now that at that moment, she's like, you know what, fuck, he's right. So now she had to probably plan Z. There's no telling how many plans she had. So this had to be like plan Z. And
But
bro, but
when he found out about this, when
that shit
she
was
found
great.
out about the sister, that's what broke the camel's back. Because the dude said, I handle all of Galindo's problems.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily is many things. Emily is no dummy. She found out Galindo tried to kill her ass, and that's why she ran the first time. She said, "Oh, my sister got her head blown off. You handle all of Galindo's problems. You killed my sister." Like she figured it out. So then that's probably when she started to come up with this elaborate plan. And yeah, that shit worked like a charm, bro. Emily is no dummy. Emily was a great
But
character because
it,
she
it
was
was
no
crazy.
dumbass.
It was crazy because once I saw that she pulled out the picture and she saw the sister, and I was like, oh, Gillen's about to get popped. I was just surprised at how it went down. But I was like, Galindo's about to get popped. So then when I'm seeing like everything unfold, I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. This is gonna be that moment. Cause she told the guy to go upstairs with the baby.
Yeah,
And then she was like, she looks at him and is like, oh, are you serious? So he takes off the gun, puts the gun there, hangs it up, goes upstairs with the baby. As Galindo's grabbing the stuffed toy from the car, he goes back into the house, sees in the mirror that his fucking Emily has the gun, like points it,
yeah.
and he was like, what's going on here? Pop. That was it.
She
Pop.
ain't even.
I was
She ain't
like,
even.
oh,
He ain't even. He ain't
as
even. She ain't answer no questions. Like
questions, no, nothing. And then here comes the guy downstairs. So what happened? Pow. And
you
then he
killed him. You
falls
killed
over.
my sister.
Sister,
Pow.
yeah,
That's what happened.
yep. Then he falls over, and then I'm like, oh man,
And then she counted to 5, didn't she?
yeah,
She counted to 5
5.
before running over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Cause,
my god!
cause the
And she
camera.
crying.
If she would have ran
Oh my god!
over quick,
Yeah,
that
they would have
made it
known.
have
Yeah,
looked. Yeah, that would have made her look guilty. So she had to count it
she had
down.
to wait. Yeah,
Yeah. So
she had the fake tears. Oh my god! No. I was sitting there like, damn, she's cold, bro.
bruh.
I was like, man, she cold, but she wanted to be free at this nigga. And I was saying it. I was like, he don't realize that she don't like him. Like she's a hostage.
Yeah,
He
pretty
didn't
much.
he didn't realize that you're keeping her hostage. She ran. She don't like you. You she wants to leave. So you've made her life a living hell, and then you popped her sister.
Mm-hmm.
You think she's going to just let that go?
Mm-mm.
Dumb dumb. Let's hit the stupid button.
Stupid.
Like how did you think? Why? Because she gave you some butt one night that she was feeling emotional. You think that made everything better?
To him, yeah. To him, yeah. To him, yeah.
He was a
Because
big dummy, like Alendo.
yep. And now because of that, Potter still lives.
Oh my god! Let's get
Ah, bro, I
Stop.
swear, out of all TV shows I've ever watched, I've never hated a character so much than fucking Potter. And this is how good this actor is. Because for you to sit there to make me hate you as a character, done like a job well done, bro. A job well done. I've hated this character since Sons of Anarchy, bro. Sons of Anarchy. That show was in the early 2000s. Sons of Anarchy. I hated this guy since then, bro. And to see him here, I was like, why? Bro, I thought you died. Like, die somewhere. And then here he comes on fucking Mayans. And then he's trying to play his little puppet games like he always does. And then when I finally think they had this motherfucker, nope. Galindo dies. The only man
Nope.
that was able to get to fucking snitch this dude out so they could finally put this dude behind bars. He gets popped, and I'm like, great. This guy, he's still alive. He's still alive. He's still alive. That means if they do, I'm not saying they're going to, but if they do another spin-off, it would have to be the Grim Bastards, because I would like to see their story. And he will still be there. He will still be there. And I'm
Nope.
like, when are you getting ready to kill this dude? Like, just get rid of him already.
Between Potter and Joffrey, I don't know who I hated more. I don't know. Joffrey, I think Joffrey was the number one, and Ramsay Bolton. But I think Joffrey was like the number one hated person on planet Earth at one point in time. So, from Game of Thrones, if you know about Joffrey, then you already know. If you know, you know. But I cannot stand Potter, man. I don't know how he kept getting away. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. But he just finds a way to slither his way out of every terrible situation. And he comes out on top. And Potter lives on, man. I can't stand Potter, man.
Stop it.
Don't like that guy. But shout out to the guy who plays Potter. Fantastic actor to get everybody all
Yes.
emotionally invested into that character and just wants to see him get his. But unfortunately, Mayans is over because everybody got popped in Santo Padre. So that chapter is pretty much over. So it is
Yep.
what it is.
That's two MC clubs in that one area just done for. The Sons of Anarchy and the
They gone.
Mayans.
So it's a
They're
wrap.
gone. That's it.
So that's
Oh man.
I don't have my slow violin today, you know, so it's over for all of them.
Oh man.
Good shows though. Good shows.
No, it was a good series.
Good show.
It was a good series.
What? It is what it is.
It is.
Yeah, that kind of deflates everybody when when Potter wins. But it is what it is. Oh, listen, man. What else you got?
That's it. That's all I have. And we're already on the
120.
almost,
Yeah. Yeah, we over 120 because, you know, I'm going to start putting 11:30 so that we start at 12. But it's all good. It's all good. As always, you know, we got the clips coming. As always, we're back next week with another hour. We'll have more news as stuff begins to develop and break with this actor strike and this AI stuff. I'm going to keep an eye on that story because I think it's very, very interesting because that's the way the world is going. And I think this will benefit everybody. Hopefully, Isaac will get to see Sounds of Freedom. I would love to come in and talk about it when he's actually seen the movie. But he hasn't seen it yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's good. And that's all I got. But so we'll see. But yeah, you got anything, bro?
No, I don't. I really do not.
Drink a lot of water today, people. It's like 90 degrees outside, so drink a lot of water today. If you bad air quality, if so, stay indoors. As for me, we're gonna keep it cool, keep it sexy. We're gonna be easy. But next week, we shall return at 12, and Isaac shall return. Hopefully, the Puerto Rican Poppy has seen Sounds of Freedom by then, but we shall see. Congrats on the new gig too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm very happy and excited. I can't wait to start this new job and chapter in my life, and hopefully, everything works out in the future. And I will definitely keep everybody posted about this venture.
Episode 40 and the books. So, Isaac, you can bring us home, sir. Actually, I'll bring us home. The truth is out there, as always. Look up, look down, I don't know. But from Isaac, the Puerto Rican Poppy, Matos for me, Bald the Sexy, RJD, we are out. I will have a better voice next week because I won't be screaming the whole goddamn time. But we gone. So we'll catch y'all next week. We out of here. We off this. Peace.